Hello dear students of class 10th, welcome to English class. I hope all of you are fit and healthy. Students, in this video, I shall be continuing with the second story from chapter number 7th, that is Glimpses of India. Students, in the last video, I explained you the second story, that is Coorg by Lokesh Abrol. I told you that Coorg is a beautiful district in Karnataka and it is also called as the paradise on earth, that means heaven on earth. Coorg is basically a coffee country and it is famous for rainforest and spices. It is a beautiful place, it is a beautiful district and the temperature, the weather is absolutely perfect in Coorg. I already told you. Then I told you that the bungalows, the coffee estates, they are mostly covered with the canopies because the trees, they are very tall. Then further I explained you that here people are very brave. I told you about martial men, that means people are related to war, they are very brave, and the women, they are very beautiful of this place. And here you will also find a good amount of wildlife, like animals you will find, birds you will find, insects you will find at this place. Then I told you about the Greek and Arab origin. I told you two stories. First, the Greek origin, that I told you that a part of Alexander's army came here and settled down as they thought that it was impossible or not possible for them to move further. So, they settled at this place and then they married the local women of that place, and this way the Greek culture was carried forward. And you can also see the Greek culture in several rituals, marriages and any kind of ceremony or war or stunts. And if I talk about the Arab culture, then you can find Arab culture from their attire, from their dress, the long black dress, the long black coat with a embroidered waist belt that they wear. So, that depicts the Arab culture. So, I hope the Greek culture and the Arab cultures are clear to everybody. Then I told you about the hospitality, the way the people of Coorg welcomes the guest. They are very hospitable, they are very humble, they give a very warm welcome to their guests and visitors. And the people of Coorg, they are always ready to narrate the stories, the brave stories of the martial men, their husbands, their daughter. They are always ready to narrate their, and the people, they are always ready to narrate the stories of fierce, independent and brave sons, husbands and fathers. This I already told you. Then I also told you that the Coorg regiment is one of the most decorated regiments of the Indian army, and the first army chief was basically a Coorgi. Alright, so these points I told you. Then I told about the animals that are found in Coorg. There are several animals that you can find in Coorg. For example, wild elephants, you will find squirrels, you will find slender loris and several other animals, birds, bees and butterflies. They often keep a watchful eye on you. Here the animals, they are always in fun mode. They are ready to do some or the other kind of mischief, right? And this place is a very adventurous place. You will find a number of adventurous sports at this place. And the people who are not very adventurous, who are very quiet, they also become adventurous once they visit this place. And there are a number of adventurous sports, for example, trekking, mountain biking, then you will find canoeing, river rafting and several other adventures are there at this place. So, students, I explained you a number of points related to Coorg, and this is basically a coffee country, as I told you. This is a coffee country, and once you visit this place, you can find the sweet, energetic and energizing and Coorg, I'm saying again. And as I already told you in the previous video that Coorg is basically a coffee country. Once you visit this place, you will find the fragrance of coffee, which is very refreshing, which is very energizing. So, this is the speciality of Coorg. So, I explained you these points. Now students, before I move to the question answer part, let me tell you about the routes, that means how you can reach this place. So basically students, you can reach Coorg by 3 ways, by 3 routes. First is by road, second is by air, and third is by rail. So first let me tell you about the route by road, that how you can reach Coorg by road. So by road it is around 250 to 260 kilometers from Bangalore, and there are 2 routes to reach there. First is via Mysore, which is the most frequented one. As I already told you that Coorg is situated midway between Mysore and Bangalore, right. So first route is via Mysore, which is the most frequented one, and the second is via Neelamangal, Kudnigai and Chandaraya Patna. Via these places you can easily visit Coorg. So this is via road. So this route is via road or by road. Now let's come to the route by air. So by air, the nearest airports are Mangalore, that is 135 kilometers, and Bangalore, which is 260 kilometers. So flights are available here. So you can easily reach Coorg by air also. And the third is by rail. So the nearest rail heads are at Mysore, Mangalore and Hassan. So from these places you can easily reach Coorg. Alright. So I hope the points related to Coorg are clear to everybody. And now students, I shall be proceeding with the question answers that are given in your book. So students, now let's start with the question answer part. So as you can see on the screen, the first question is given. So this is basically a question from thinking about the text that is given on page number 92 in your English First Flight book. So the first question, as you can see, is where is Coorg? A very simple question. So Coorg is the smallest district of Karnataka, or it is a small district in Karnataka that is located midway between Mysore and Mangalore. Alright, very simple answer. It is not a complicated answer at all. Okay. Now let's move to the second question. So the second question is, what is the story about the Kudavu people's descent? Kudavus means the people living in Coorg, or the Coorgis, they are called as Kudavus. So I already told you in the first video that here you will find fiercely independent people. The people of Coorg are fiercely independent, and they are believed to be the descendants of Greek or Arab origin. I already explained you about the Greek and Arab origin story. Let me just remind you that it is believed, first let me tell you about the Greek origin. Alright. So it is believed that a part of Alexander's army came here and settled down in the south or in the coastal areas, and as they believed that it was not possible for them to return, so they finally settled here, and after settling down, after coming here at this place, they married the local women, and from there they carried forward the Greek culture, and Greek culture is also observed in the rituals, in the ceremonies, in the marriages in Coorg. Alright. Now let's talk about the Arab origin. So Arab origin can be observed or seen from their attire, from their dress, the type of dress the people of Coorg wear. That is long black coat with an embroidered waist belt. So from that type of dress it can be identified, or it can be said that the people are from Arab origin also. Okay. So I hope both the origins are clear to everybody, and the people here are very brave, they are fierce, they are independent. You will find people of martial men, that means they are very brave, they are related to war, and the women, they are very beautiful. Alright. So I hope this answer is also clear to everybody. Now students, let's move to the third question. So the third question is, what are some of the things you know about? So, there are a number of questions that are given in this. So, the first one, the people of Coorg. So, I have already explained you in detail about the people of Coorg. So, they are fiercely independent people comprising martial men and beautiful women who are believed to be the descendant from the Greek, who are believed to be the descendant of the Greek and Arab culture. I already explained you the story behind the Greek and Arab culture. Then they have a strong tradition of hospitality. That means they give a very warm welcome to their guests and visitors. They are always ready to welcome them with whole heart and soul. And these people are the only one who are permitted to carry firearm without a license. That means nobody other than the people of Coorg can carry firearm without a license. Only they have the permission to carry firearm, that means pistols or guns without a license. Alright. So, I hope the first part is clear to everybody. Now, students, we shall move to the next part, that is question number 2 of this, that is the main crop of Coorg. Now, I already told you that Coorg is a coffee country. So, what is the main crop? The main crop of Coorg is coffee, and once you visit this place, you can find the fragrance of coffee in the air, the sweet fragrance, the refreshing fragrance of coffee. So, coffee is the main crop of Coorg. Alright. Now, students, let us move to the next part of this question, that is part 3rd, question number 3rd. The sports it offers to tourists. So, I told you that it offers a number of adventurous sports to the visitors and tourists, and the sports are highly energetic and adventurous. For example, river rafting, canoeing, rappelling, rock climbing, mountain biking, trekking, etc. So, these are the number of adventurous sports that are offered to the tourists in Coorg. Alright. Okay. Let us move to the next question, that is question number 4th. So, the 4th question is the animals you are likely to see in Coorg. So, I told you that there are certain animals who always keep a watchful eye on you once you visit Coorg. They always are watching you when you visit Coorg. So, students, you will find animals like macaws, Malabar squirrels, langurs, slender loris, wild elephants, etc. in Coorg. And you will also find birds, bees and butterflies who are always there, who are always ready to accompany you in Coorg. Alright. Okay. Now, let us move to the last question, that is question number 5th. So, the last question is its distance from Bangalore and how to get there. So, in this video only, I explained you the routes, the three routes you can travel, you can take to reach Coorg. So, first I will tell you by road. So, by road it is around 250 to 260 kilometers from Bangalore, and there are 2 routes to reach there. First is via Mysore, which is the very frequented one, and the second one is via Neelamangal, Kunigal and Chandaraya Patna. So, via these 2 routes you can easily visit Coorg. So, this is by road. Now, let us talk about air. So, by air the nearest airports are Mangalore, which is 135 kilometers, and Bangalore, which is 260 kilometers. So, from these 2 places you can easily find flights to reach Coorg. And the last is by rail. So, you can find the nearest rail. So, the nearest rail heads are at Mysore, Bangalore and Hassan. Alright. So, by using these routes or these modes of transportation, you can very easily and comfortably reach the coffee country, which is Coorg, which is also the paradise on earth. So, I hope the complete chapter as well as question answers are clear to everybody. So, in this chapter, Lokesh Abrol has given an excellent description about this beautiful place. He has very beautifully explained each and every detail, minute details regarding Coorg. And I must say that if you get a chance, do visit this place. This is a beautiful place in Karnataka. Alright. So, I hope the chapter is clear to everybody. And students, in the next video, I shall be explaining you the third story of this chapter, that is tea from Assam. So, first we read about bread making, second we read about coffee, and in the third story I will be explaining you about tea. I will be explaining you about tea, which is the national drink of our country. So, I am very excited to explain the third story, and I am sure that you people also are very excited to hear the explanation. So, students, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll be back in the next video with the explanation of the third story. Till then, thank you so much. Stay safe and stay connected. Thank you.